Hello, I'm Simon from CareCo, and here we have the Micromus Foldable Travel Mobility Scooter from CareCo. It comes in two colourways, the indigo, as you can see here on my right, and June on my left. Its all aluminium construction frame and carbon fibre tiller makes the scooter come in at just under 16.9 kilos. It's easily foldable, it has a traditional wig-wag throttle lever, padded seat and rear cushion for support on your back. The scooter itself, as I've mentioned, can be folded down for transport, but you can also remove the battery to further reduce the weight down to 15.4 kilos. So let's take a look at how you can remove the battery to off-board charge or remove it for when you go on holiday and the airline requires you to remove it from the Micromus. There are two catches on the chassis. We simply turn those and then this cover can lift. From here, the battery has two connections which you can remove and the battery is simply taken out of place. For now, I'm going to place it back in and show you how to fold the scooter down. When you've put the battery back in, we need to ensure that we turn these catches to lock this cover into position. In order to fold the scooter down, we can release the catch and adjust the tiller. There are then two yellow catches on the front footplate, which we lift, and then the tiller moves in towards the rear of the scooter as shown. On the seat itself, there's two yellow catches which we lift and then the seat will fold down. So we lift one on this side, one on the other, and then simply fold the scooter down. Lastly, we pull out the yellow plunger from the side and then the tiller folds and locks in position on top of the seat. From here, we can either lift the Micromus into the rear of a vehicle, such as your car or public transport, or it can be upended, as you can see here, and stood to take up less storage space. In order to lift the Micromus, it has handles both front and rear. So by bending our knees and making sure our back is straight, we can place a hand under the front and under the rear, and then lift that into a vehicle. As mentioned, if we want to stand it upright, simply lift from the rear and it stands as so. Once the Micromus has been taken out of the boot of a vehicle, or you've just put it down onto its wheels from its storage place, you can unfold it as shown. Pull the plunger out on the front, and at that point then we can lift the tiller up and continue to pull it out so that it's fully extended. With the seat, simply lift on the backrest and that clicks into position. Just make sure that these levers here are fully back. There will be no play in it when they're in the upright position, as you can see. The tiller bar is then adjusted by releasing the clasp and then putting this at a position that's suitable for yourself. Do ensure that you remember to pull the clasp back and fully tighten it into position. At the rear of the scooter, you have the freewheel or drive lever. Again, this is highlighted yellow. When in freewheel, the scooter can be moved as so, but cannot be driven. By placing the lever down, it's now in drive mode. You can't push the scooter, but it's now ready to be driven. The Micromus itself has a range of up to 13 kilometres. That depends on the user weight and the terrain on which you're using the Micromus. It's been designed to be used within supermarkets or flat pavements and smooth surfaces. So when you're going to sit onto the Micromus, it is important that you just double check that number one, the tiller is tight, and number two, that these two levers at the back are fully stable in their upright position. To sit onto the scooter, simply straddle the footplate and take a seat. The padded seat offers extra comfort on your bottom, and then the rear rest gives you that support in your back. And in order to place your feet, you can either place them on the foot plate, as you can see here, or move them further forward onto the forward section in front of the front axle. The controls of the scooter are very simple. We have a key to turn the mobility scooter on, and then we have the traditional wig-wag throttle with the right-hand side throttle being forwards and left-hand side being for the rearwards travel. The display of the mobility scooter shows the charge, and this decreases as the battery is used. The battery is a lithium-powered battery, as we mentioned previously, and offers a range of up to 13 kilos, depending on your weight and the terrain in which you're travelling. By pressing the button at the bottom, this now changes it to the actual speed, as in this is an up to 4 miles an hour scooter, and by pressing the button we can decrease, and by carrying on pressing it, it will then increase up to that maximum of 4 miles an hour. This is for control within tight environments, such as within a supermarket where you want to control your speed. But that speed is also controlled by the throttle and by using your thumbs. These are just some of the features that we love about the Micromus, and we hope that you do too.